Henry, we need to talk.
Do we, Willie?
Yes, we sure do. Ever since we abducted that little girl, everything here has been weird as funk. Tables antiquing themselves, things moving. Customers hearing whispers about us, about what we've done. And those robots have turned aggressive. Spring Bonnie almost bit my hand off during routine maintenance. I don't want to be inside that thing anymore. I knew that this was a bad idea. You lied to me. You took her life away, and we don't even have a third robot here. None of this was to make her more lifeline. What we've killed is our own dream.
Shush. Relax, William. I know what I'm doing. I'm working on the solution to our problems right now.
What's that on your desk, Henry? It looks like a marionette.
This isn't just any marionette, Willie. This is a vessel for our little friend.
I see.
We've killed beyond our means, Willie.
You mean you killed beyond your means?
In any case, this puppet is the solution to all of our problems. The moment that dumb girl enters this puppet, she'll be stuck as a puppet. And then she'll be our puppet, being pulled by our strings, unable to harm us like the other two can.
Okay, what about the abductions? Freddy Fastbendis has better looking robots, and passive bad tree children get abducted in their restaurant. 3 kids have died here. The police will...
Relax, Willie. I've pinned the 3 missing children on our missing night guard. He's lying, half dead in the back. The police will presume that he took the kids away. Poor fool probably won't even get a gravestone. The suits have been bleached. This is a minor hiccup.
What, Freddy's?
I will pay a visit to Freddy's soon. Those 3 dead children will look like nothing compared to the 5 children that are going to go missing at Freddy's next week.
Henry, I don't like this.
Willie, this is our dream.
Yeah, but...
This is what we have to do. Our diner. Our family. Our dream. This is what you wanted.
Henry,
You wanted this.
Okay.
Now, go talk to the police. Make it out like that night guard was always a soulless creep. I'll finish this puppet. The clock stopped, never to go again, when the old man died. My lie worked. William genuinely believes that undeath is a gift. Of course. When you phrase it as eternal life, it sounds appealing, even tantalizing, even if our specimens are scarcely lucid and seemingly in tremendous agony. No, that is a fate I would rather avoid. Life is useless, even detrimental, when suffering is abundant. The ancients referred to the process of eternally living through immense suffering as hell. Years ago, I would have scorned at the concept of hell even existing. But now that I have proven the existence of incorporeal soul matter, an afterlife must exist. Where do lost souls go? What lies beyond the threshold of death? I don't know, but I aim to prove that death simply doesn't exist. This universe is critically misunderstood. Seldom is anything created, nor destroyed. Matter changes form constantly, but never ceases to exist, nor come into existence on its own. I aim to prove this with my experiments. Death is a fabrication, an archaic view of mortality based on primitive human assumptions. Matter cannot be destroyed or created anew. Any missing souls still remain within reality, in some other place, with obedient and sentient phantom beings. The barrier can be crossed and then shattered. The immortality that these spirits have is worthless. What good is living forever when air feels like it's on fire and every nerve pulses through jagged metal and crudely stitched together leather? To understand such things, one must become mechanical. Organic matter is invariably complex, but machines can be deactivated, dismantled. Organic matter cannot be shut down and restarted so easily, but a machine, in theory, should it harbor a soul, could act as the portal between our realm and beyond. Once I find out where lost souls go, I can find out where we came from. We can work backwards. We weren't created either. We merely changed as all matter does. Joyously, I unravel the myth of our creation, and this is my legacy. I will remove the shackles of mortality from humankind. I am Doctor, and I will abolish death. I will teach the world all about the joy of creation itself. On opening night, William's suit failed during a dress rehearsal. This was my own doing. I intentionally misdesigned the spring-loaded retention locks in William's suit, knowing full well that the spring mechanisms inside the suit would fail. With him inside, he died a predictably painful death on stage, following his bow at the end of our performance. What a moron. But the end result was fascinating, and an eventuality that I had never considered. Despite steel rods piercing William's flesh and puncturing his lungs, William still walks amongst the living. At first, I considered that William may be somehow immortal, but soon enough, I noticed a minor change in his physicality. William has done something that no spirit has ever done before, to my knowledge. He has repossessed his own corpse. My original intention was to give William a nudge later down the line, and have a then freshly deceased William take the blame for the kids that we abducted. But this result is far more interesting. William seems to be utterly devoted to me. My current theory is that he repossessed his own body out of desperation. He essentially re-entered his own corpse, so he could keep going as if he never died. Most peculiar. William will stay as my partner. This development will advance my work by many months, perhaps even whole years. William's soul is both extremely unusual in the manner in which it possessed its vessel, but also in the fact that he has no idea what I've done to him, unlike the others. He will do anything that I tell him to do. He will act with complete obedience. William foolishly thinks that he has hidden this from me, but I can assure you that I can use this to my advantage. What would happen if William was to die again and repossess the same vessel? What if I were to damage his brain or remove his organs whilst he slept? Would he keep repossessing his old body just to stay with me? How far is this soul willing to go for me? How much pain will this soul endure just to stay here with me? If his soul was to pass on to the afterlife, could I trust it to come back? This may be the breakthrough that I was hoping for. My previous plan of intimidating and scaring the souls of lost children with violence and electrostatic forces was far too convoluted. William is the only test subject that I need now. The trust that William has placed in me is ill-founded. Now, my work can truly begin. William has proven to be a most intriguing test subject. From my possessed animatronics, I've noticed that souls seem to be capable of retaining a limited amount of memories. Upon interacting with my victims, I realized that they seem to remember who I am, occasionally, and respond with defensive, animalistic aggression. Unfortunately, this memory doesn't seem to apply to all human behaviors, such as the ability to speak. Granted, Fredbear's lips are unable to curl into the shapes needed to imitate human speech, but William has not seen a single attempt to speak come from the animatronics during routine surveillance. Fredbear growled at him once, but that hardly counts. Thankfully, William has provided me with a way to quantifiably measure how much memory and what kinds of memory are retained in the soul. Once a month, I anesthetize William and remove one of his vital organs, or typically a portion of his brain. Usually, tissue from the frontal lobe, due to it being a generously accessible mass of neurological material. Surprisingly, William doesn't seem to be suffering from dementiated memory loss, but rather a shift in personality. His conscience is unburdening itself, and he has begun to ask substantially fewer questions about the ethics of our work. At any rate, at least I know a cure to William's incessant whining. I've begun to leave William alone with the animatronics at night. Unbeknownst to him, he is being recorded around the clock, allowing me to watch him from afar and without tainting my results with his sentimentality. Sometimes William speaks to himself. I'd rather not think about what he's said lately. Work continues as usual. I will make the impossible possible. William is a useless excuse for a test subject. His crime has burdened my analytics, and he no longer shows any rate of change, even with entire internal organs being removed. Even without a heart, he is unchanging, unyielding. I made the mistake of telling him about my deceased son, David, and now William has run wild with the idea of replacing him, and for me to become the father that he never had. William is a monster. My monster. And I don't want him bearing my name, no less my son's. William cannot follow simple instructions, cannot control his emotions, and is too afraid to leave his own rotting vessel for even a second, even when incentivized with controlled shocks. I'm going to abandon William, leave him to mop up, back at the diner, under constant camera supervision. I need to properly gauge how he copes with abandonment. I will continue my work and claim victims in other Freddy's locations, just as the invasive cuckoo bird lays eggs in the nests of other birds. I shall claim victims at competing Freddy's locations, forcing them to maintain and monitor my test subjects. Another advantage of a lower density pattern of victims is their inability to gang upon me in the same place. Once enough souls are collected, I will have a substantial number of souls to produce the machine that I have hoped to build from day one. A machine that can successfully take an adult male from our realm to another, and back again. Soon, I aim to no longer be in this realm at all. Life as we know it will change, and you have me to thank for it.
Hello, Mr. Kennedy. As you know, you were called here for questioning today. However, we actually have some good news for you, in regards to the investigation. In a final sweep of the restaurant, we discovered some DNA that we somehow missed, near a bloodied suit. The DNA was a direct match with one of your employees, a Mr. Scott Coffin. He did not react well to questioning. The evidence is conclusive. We have him under arrest, and his trial is coming up soon. A conviction seems almost certain. We would like to thank you for coming in today and speaking to us. This whole sordid ordeal must have been very stressful for you, but, if you're lucky, we may be able to put this whole thing behind us. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Kennedy. Boy, you sure are a creep. Oh well, at least you don't murder kids, like that nut job we just arrested. Goodbye, Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, sport, you came. Sportsy, look what I found. Oh, it's not just any golden bear suit, old sport. It's my counterpart. This is the suit of the suit I'm wearing. My other half. I fixed it up nice and clean, just for you. I've been working on this baby for months, just to see you wear it. There's nothing more in the world that I'd like to see than you in this suit, old. Come on, Sportsy, put the suit on. It's specially made, just for you. It's your suit. Sportsy, honey, the suit was designed to do that. The suit was designed to fail. You see, I promised to give you immortal life, and well, now you get to live forever in that suit. Flesh quickly rots away after death, and then you're a spooky skeleton, which is far from ideal. What? That suit? You're just like me now, old sport. You and I are kindred monsters. We're family, old sport, and we get to spend eternity together now. Do you remember, old sport. I promised that I'd make you a star. I promised that I'd give you immortal life. And now, I have. You are a star. The greatest star this earth has ever seen. And you get to be Fred Bear forever, and to spend eternity with me. Looking at all of our completed work, together. It's exactly like we would have wanted. Oh, this changes everything, old sport. Trust me, old sport. You'll see. This is what's best for everyone, best for us. Well, now that you're like me, the final step of that baby's delicious tricep plan is in motion. Wait, I should have called it that baby's delicious tri-D directive. Oh, shit. Can't we start the whole plan over? Sorry. It's almost time to execute the final step. Boy, oh boy, am I excited. Why don't you go home, get yourself rested up? You look unbearably tired. Get it? Because you're a bear forever now. Wait, did you just use a bite of 87 as a verb? Damn, kudos, sportsy. Alright, go home and get some rest. Next month, we're going to Vegas, so you'll need the rest. Don't get too cocky, sportsy. This won't just be a run-of-the-mill regular old debauchery. This'll be advanced debauchery. So, make sure you're all set. Good night, old sport, who's choosing to speak like a fucking creep for some reason. See you in your dreams.
Peter. I failed. I couldn't save her.
Oh, sport. Guess who? Okay, just gonna pretend that didn't sound totally fucking creepy. Come meet me in the safe room, old sport. So, look, gotta be honest with ya, old sport. Things went way too smoothly this time. That kidding, place got cleanly shut down. Someone framed instead of us. And we're both alive, figuratively speaking, and free. Boy, we've sure gotten good at this. What? Let's talk. How about us? Even all of that aside, I'm not happy. Maybe it's because we're still here and not partying it up in Vegas right now. Which is obviously where we'll be going next. But first, I guess I've got something to say. I'm so glad that I gave you immortal life and made you a green, old me fucking bear. I was so terrified of losing you, Dad. What? Now, that isn't an issue. We're the same now, inside and out. Companions. Family. Oh, sport. Family doesn't lie to family. Truth is, I was living a lie. Using a fake name. My jovial My name isn't really Dave Miller. Dave Miller is the man I wish I could be. Truth is, my name is William Afton. I'd like for you to call me William from now on. I mean, that's what Henry. Did you know that? Sorry, Sportsy, I'm just being paranoid now. What about you? I know you haven't been as entirely honest with me as you should have been. What? That's okay. We're family now, and family forgives family. Tell me, old sport, who do you really? Please, what have you been hiding from me? Your name is Jack. It's so nice to finally meet you, Jack and Willie. You and I were inseparable, baby. This is real. Come away with me. Come to Vegas with me. Here we are, sportsy, beastie eyes. There he is. I didn't think we'd get to see this moment. The end of our story. Come on, Jack. Let's go have some fucking fun. Jack, can I? Are you? Are you happy right now? I'm just. You and I finally really know each other. We finally reached Vegas, and. Why aren't I happy? This place sucks. Ain't anything like I remember it. Everything's just... You know what, Jack? I know one place. And if there's any place under that'll cheer me up, it's this... Come on, sportsy. Okay, sportsy, remove the blind phone. Here we are, Jack. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, boy, it's been 30 years since I've seen this place. Boy, the memories. It sure is. What? It's my dog. You should have seen this place in its prime. Fred Bear stole the show, each and every act, especially when Henry was wearing the suit. Of course, after the fight of 83, Fred Bear stopped letting people return to the building. I guess we hated what we did to the place. Took me a long time to take that bear down, so I could return to the building and start constructing the fact bugger. The fact bugger. Oh, have you never seen it? Yeah, it's sort of an underground facility I built under this restaurant. Sure did, Jack. Right. This is Hallmark Afton. That place was designed by me. Boy, did I do one good job on the place. Remember how that one phony I hated was afraid of clowns? Clowns and redhead girls. I combined them into one character and put her front and center. Sadly, I never got that guy to come visit to see how the place turned out. Oh, right. Huh. Well, let me tell you, all the robots there are made of chrome. And their faces open up. Boy, oh boy. Think of the cool things I could have done had the company seen my genius for what it was. I was always a little bit too good at tampering with things. Yeah. Well, you know what they say. Hindsight is 20/20, especially in my case. My suit has a hole on the back of its head. I can literally roll my eyes back and see behind me. Hindsight, ain't that neat? I'd honestly love to go down there with you and show you the robots, but it's the strangest thing. They sorted. Spooled my night guards insides out of his body, crawled inside of him, and used him as a human suit at Flash. How irregular, eh? Oh. Come on, down this ladder. Might as well show you my office down in the fax button. There's something in that room that I'd like you to see. This is my old office, ancient neat. Whole fast button is made in Pro. What's on, Jack? Oh, right. Well, yeah. How else would I be able to see if you all, right? When you look around. I'd use a trusty old fence to get into your house. I connected my fence to yours, allowing me to enter your house whenever I needed to. Oh, right. Well, I tended to show up here after you've already fallen asleep. What? I got to watch you sleeping that way. It was nicer in person than on these stinking monitors. You helped me a lot then, even if you weren't awake enough to realize it. That's not what I wanted to show you. Oh. I need to show you. Look at this, sportsy. This is the backs. I spent so fucking long wondering, should I show old sport what's in the backs? And then ultimately, I decided against it. What? You aren't old sport. You jack. We're family, and family doesn't hide shit from family. This box has 2 locks, each to represent the bond between me and Harry, and now, between me and you. I want to give you this. It's the key to one of the lab, which is and my key. I can't open it up and show you what's inside, shall we? It's all personal souvenirs taken from victims of mine. Of ours. That bracelet came from a little girl in Colorado. That handbag from a girl in California. They're all from tech kids. Memories of what we've done together. Souvenirs. What? My most prized one of all? This card. A little girl was wearing this, my third victim. Henry and I took her together after we thought it over, and after the deed, Henry told me. This world, Lily, it's full of people who will want to destroy us. People like those fat cats over at Freddy's who want to destroy our dream. What? You and I, we'll be together forever. Our dream, our family. This is our dream, William, and you have to kill for what you love. Henry may be gone, Jack. And his dream may be dead. What? We have each other, Jack. We're a family, and we won't ever lose each other. Come on, let's go deeper into the fact bucket. Here we are, last room. Boy, oh boy. I feel absolutely nothing. I'm still not happy. Jack, I have come to realize something about myself and what I've done. I have made a huge mistake. I mean, Giles of them kids aside, I made a mistake giving you immortal life. No, you don't get it. I'm not happy like this. Why would I presume that you'd be? I wasn't giving you a gift. I was merely being selfish. I hated the thought of losing you and being stuck here all alone. As this monster, you were the only person who's ever seen me for a person and tried to help me. I'm sorry I did this to you. In a way, this story is all about you. And since your life can't ever end, I'm sorry. I ruined the last good thing left in my life. I always could.
But, Willie, you have flesh merged with steel, steel merged with flesh. It's the joy of creation, William.
Wait a second. That's... Jack, have you been listening to conversations on your own? Jack, I don't like this.
Weak. He is weak.
Willie, I got something to tell you.
Tell him. Break him.
Do you remember the third kid that you and Henry abducted? A small redheaded girl, back at the diner.
I mean, fine, of course I do. I showed you the scars.
She was my sister, Dave.
Wait, she was. I can't believe Jack.
I was the night guard that you two pinned her murder on.
Jack, I had no idea.
You two have killed everyone that I've ever cared about. My sister, my brother Peter, even myself. Henry has been dealt with. He isn't coming back. You're the last loose end.
Jack,
It's time.
It's time for you to pay a blood price.
Jack, please, don't hurt me. Please, don't do this. I love you.
So, he's finally gone. Good riddance. William was always a foolish creature, easy to manipulate, no family, no childhood. All I needed to do was make he died like he lived, a coward. But you, I didn't mollycoddle you, did I now? I left you to die in that suit 50 years. I could have saved you, but I chose not to. You found your own way out of that suit. You proved your usefulness to me superbly. And look at you now. You've blossomed. William was lonely. Deep down, he fancied himself my partner. In a way, he saw me as the father he never had, and saw his time at the diner as the child. Of course, I never considered him my partner. He was a lackey, someone I knew how to manipulate, my little puppet. But you have a vile imagination. You have no conscience, no soul, pushing you back. You, with my voice in your head, you shall be my vessel, my partner. It's time. Come, let us now go forth and show those cattle the joy that our creation will bring.